Hey guys, what's up? It's Mason, and in this video, I want to break down exactly how you can set up a scalable brain for your AI agent. Now, if you've used Hermes or OpenClaw, you've probably noticed they could be kind of stupid sometimes. They forget little things that you just talked with it about, and there is really no rhyme or reason for why it does that. But this solution fixes that. What you're seeing right here on the screen, this is an AI brain that I use to operate my advertising agency, Dancing Chicken Media, and it has context about all the clients, all my emails, a ton of YouTube videos I plugged into it with a bunch of great information about business, so it has a ton of information that it's indexed over time. And right now you're watching a time lapse of it being built inside of Obsidian. So over the past couple months, it has stored all this context, built up all this data, and you could see how it is all connecting over time. And it is just going and making these giant webs, almost like a neural network of data, right? Where, say, you think about chicken nuggets, for example, you probably have a bunch of thoughts that come up around that topic of chicken nuggets. That is the exact same thing that happens here. If we hover over this dot right here, this is the Alex Becker Brain Index. So I've downloaded all of Alex Becker's content. I love his stuff when it comes to marketing, advertising, even though some of it is a little bit older. I think it is relevant. So I want my AI agent to be trained on that. So I gave it all of his videos, and you could see a ton of different videos inside of here, a bunch of information. It is indexed and it has all that context. So that is what we want to build here. I want to show you how you could build a scalable brain for your agent that will just allow you to keep growing it over time. So let's break it down, what you actually need, and I'm going to set everything up from zero to hero with this AI agent and the brain in this video. So first things first, software stack. So you need to have an AI agent set up. If you don't have an AI agent set up, go watch my YouTube video. It's going to be the top link in the description. It's going to be the Hermes AI agent setup video for a virtual private server. Really short video, breaks it down, very straightforward if you don't have an agent set up. If you do have an agent set up, awesome, you're in the right place. Let's get Obsidian rolling. So Obsidian is going to be that memory layer we're using. That is what is essentially the note-taking app that allows us to index all this information in such a nice and pretty way and just visually see it. And it allows us to just go through everything as well. So obsidian.md is the website. You could download it for Mac or for Windows. Just go ahead, download it for your device. In order to store everything, we're going to use Google Drive as that layer to store everything and just keep a really solid backup of all the information, all the data on the Google Drive folder. That is what I like to do. Yes, it's going to be stored on the server locally, but I want to have some other place for it to be stored, and that's where Obsidian is going to connect to as well, and that's where we're going to have everything indexed. So Google Drive, I recommend setting it up on your personal Drive account or your personal Google account. Make sure it's a secure account nobody else is going to touch. Set up a folder called Do Not Delete inside of your main drive. And then here, you're going to want to just name a folder, right? You can see I have the DCM company vault right here. So this is everything that you saw inside of that agent, inside of Obsidian. It is all stored inside that folder somewhere in it, right? So there's a bunch of different subfolders, and that is where everything is stored. That is where it is housed. So I made an Hermes YouTube test folder. We're going to actually delete that right now, and I'm going to show you a better way to set all this stuff up. Next thing is we need to get Drive for desktop. So if you just Google Drive desktop, there you go. It's the top link. Click on that, download it for Windows, download it for Mac, get that installed. And then you're obviously going to have Obsidian installed at this point. So let's go ahead and open Obsidian. We're going to go to File, Open Vault. And then you're not going to have any vaults right here, but we're going to want to create a new vault. We're going to create a new vault. We're going to call it Hermes YouTube Test. And then for the location, we're going to click Browse, and we're going to want to make sure it is inside that Google Drive folder. So I have the Do Not Delete one right here. We're going to make a new folder in here, and we're going to call it Hermes YouTube Test. Same thing. Create. And then all we're going to do is hit open, and that's going to be the location for it. So this is the vault name. I'm just going to change it to Vault, honestly, just to keep it easy so we don't have two names of the same thing. We're going to do Vault. We're going to have the Hermes YouTube test folder. Then we're going to do create. And then this is it. This is the brand new Vault right here. We can see the welcome. We can see the create a link. It's just two little dots right here in the graph view, Then you can manually add notes and stuff if you want to. Don't know why you do that with your agent, but could. Next thing though is let's go start chatting with our agent. Let's get all this stuff set up because there is a bunch of stuff we got to do. So this is my agent right here. It's the YouTube vids one. It is an Hermes agent, and this is the prompt we're going to use. I'm going to post this in the description if you want it. It'll be underneath prompt one or setup prompt or something. You'll see it down there, but go ahead and just enter this prompt and we're going to roll. We're going to ride. So basically, it's just helping us set up Obsidian, and we're just trying to let it know and give it context as to what we're doing here. So it's going to view all this stuff. Looks like I might have already had some skills on here from something I possibly did earlier, but I don't think it will affect you. I would just go and run this prompt, and I'm going to walk you through it anyway. It'll be pretty straightforward. Great, we're doing this from scratch. I checked Google Drive access first. We don't have any access, so we need to go ahead and set up OAuth. So I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but I didn't, but we need to set up a separate Google Drive folder. So we have this main Google Drive where we have our folder in it, but we don't want to connect our agent to our main Google. Like, that's stupid. Why would we do that? We want to set up a separate Google account. So I have one set up underneath my business account. I am running everything for my agency, obviously, so I have a different email. I have hello@dancingchicken.com set up, but you don't need to do that. You could set up a brand new regular Gmail account. You could set up another personal account, literally just Google, right? Very, very simple. Go create a brand new Gmail, name it Hermes, like whatever you need to name it, right? So go ahead and set that up. And then what we need to do is go ahead and OAuth that account to your Hermes agent. So as it has access to the Google Drive, it has access to everything. We're going to go ahead and set that up now. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so here's the link we need to go to. So we need to go to Google Cloud. We need to go to the console in there. So we're going to hit this right here. It'll take us to a login. Log in with your Google account. I'm logging in right here with my personal Gmail. And this is going to take us to the project page. You may or may not have some projects. If you do, ignore them. If you don't, we're going to create a new project anyway. So we're going to create a new project. I think I already have the name here. We're also going to drag this over here so it's a bit easier. I'm going to call mine Hermes YouTube test in the project name. We're going to hit create, and it's going to make the project. We're going to see it load up right here on the screen. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to type in API. It's going to take us to the APIs and services. Go right here, select that one, APIs and services, and then enable APIs and services right up here at the top. And then we're going to type in Google Drive. We're going to hit enter, and we're going to see Google Drive API. We're going to click on that. We're going to hit enable, and it's going to do its thing. Just waiting for it to enable. Awesome. We got it enabled. We are good to go. Now we need to create a consent screen. So you're going to see an OAuth consent screen button right here. Click that. We're going to get started. We're going to name it Hermes YouTube test. We're going to use our main email. Just literally do the drop down, put the email you have right there. This should be the brand new email that you created. If you're at this step and you're using your personal email, go back, do it with the email that you just created, the brand new Gmail account or the business account, whatever it is. Hit next. We're going to do external. We're going to do next. We're going to type in the same email address we have. That's not my email. Right there. We're going to hit next. We're going to do finish. We're going to hit continue. We're going to hit create. And it's going to process everything. And then we have this set up. Now we need to add a client, I believe. Let me see. We need to go to audience. And then we need to add a test user. We need to add ourselves as a test user. So just type in the Gmail that you're on right now. It should be that secondary Gmail you just created. You're going to hit save. Now you're added as a test user. Then the next thing we have to do is we need to create some credentials. So we need to go back up here and credentials, just type in credentials. You should see it. Hit that. We're going to do create credentials and then OAuth client ID and then application type desktop app. And then we're just going to name it Hermes Drive Access. Create. And then this is going to be our stuff that we need to give to the AI. So you're just going to hit download JSON right here. Hit that. We're going to drag this over here. And we're going to say here is the JSON. And then it's going to have access. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to go back over here. We need to share this folder with our new email that we just made. So we're going to go and share this email right here, and we're going to do editor, just leave it as editor, and then we're going to send. Yes, share anyway. And while that's happening, we also need to click this authorize Google Drive access. So you're going to see this link. You're going to have to click this. You're going to open it. You're going to sign in with the email account you have right here, the main email, the brand new one that you just created. And then Google hasn't verified this app. We're going to hit continue. We're going to hit continue. And then you're going to get this URL right here. It's going to say localhost. Copy this entire URL and then paste it here just like that. Literally just paste the URL, and this will allow it to get authenticated and be able to access the drive and everything. So this agent is still working in the background right here, but we could see that it's already populating this new graph, right? We could see that it's bringing memory rules, it's adding a folder map, so it's doing stuff by itself. Initially, it already has access, and I didn't even tell it the drive folder. It just found it by itself, right? It's very intelligent at the end of the day. I mean, it just probably typed Hermes, and it knew from the plan that it created up here with all the names what to look for, right? So again, the agent, it's very smart, but you really just got to guide it in the right direction. I find half of these AI agents, it just comes down to troubleshooting and really understanding how to talk to it. A lot of people, they get frustrated and they're like, oh, you can't do this, and they just give up. You know, it could really do anything. You just got to give it the right tools to. And the memory really helps when it comes to compounding all this information and all these skills over a long period of time. So it's still working, it's still doing its thing, but we could obviously see that it's building out the graph, right? Like security rules, capture rules, agent instructions, Google Drive index, and you could customize this to whatever you want to do at the end of the day. It is just basing it off of all these basic things that probably we did previously, because I use this agent for a website design agency. So it's just building out different things, but again, customize it to whatever you want. If you already have an AI agent that has been building and like growing, and you're not starting from scratch, it should be able to populate a good amount of things inside of here and just make it a lot more efficient, which is really cool as well. So it'll just increase your agent's efficiency very quickly. Let's see. Cool. It's done right now. It authenticated everything. It created the basic folder structure and everything. Everything looks good. That's your Obsidian Vault. Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like everything's set up. I'm not even going to send this message anymore. I'm going to say, okay, so everything is set up and good to go. And we'll see what it says. Yeah, at this point, everything's good to go. And really, you could just keep building out your agent the way you want it to work, and really just keep building out the memory. I would recommend messaging your agent and talking to it, being like, hey, how can we improve this memory even more? Just chat with it, right? Every agent might be set up differently just based on how you do this and what you've currently used it for. So I would go through and be like, hey, we want to set up our memory to be really scalable over the next couple of years and not break when we get a ton of information, right? We want to make sure it works well with the agent. Tell it things like this and just chat with it, right? Literally ask it questions, tell it to improve itself. You know, these agents can improve themselves if you set it up correctly and you just talk to it the right way. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Hopefully you learned something, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for your time.